The year is 2025, the world is a mess. Multiple crises are happening at once, it's like everything is on fire. And the global economy? Well, it's basically holding on for dear life. We've got wars, climate disasters, and political instability. All of this spells trouble, big trouble for how the world runs its business. Remember when gas prices were high? Yeah, that was fun. Well, imagine that, but for everything. That's inflation, folks, and it's back with a vengeance. Why? Because these crises are messing with everything. They're disrupting supply chains, which means things are harder to get. And when things are harder to get, they get more expensive. But hey, it's not just about the cost of living going up. These crises are also impacting global trade. Countries are having a hard time doing business with each other because of all the chaos. This means fewer jobs, fewer opportunities, and less money flowing around. And that, my friends, is not a recipe for a happy economy. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the elephants. War and climate change are two of the biggest drivers of this global economic dumpster fire. Take the ongoing conflict in Sudan, for example. It's a humanitarian catastrophe, with millions displaced and facing starvation. But it's also an economic disaster. Sudan was a major producer of gum arabic, a key ingredient in, well, everything. Candy, soda, medicine, you name it. With Sudan's gum arabic production down the drain, prices for these everyday products are going up, and don't even get me started on climate change. Droughts, floods, and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more intense. These disasters are wreaking havoc on crops and infrastructure, driving up food prices and disrupting supply chains even further. Remember the lettuce shortage of 2023? Get used to it. Climate change is here to stay, and it's going to make grocery shopping a whole lot more stressful and expensive. Okay, so we've established that the global economy is basically a dumpster fire right now, but how does this actually affect you, the average person just trying to make ends meet? Buckle up, Buttercup, because it's not pretty. Remember that thing about inflation making everything more expensive? That includes your weekly grocery bill, your rent or mortgage payments, and just about everything else you need to survive. And if you thought finding a job was tough before, try searching for one in the middle of a global economic crisis. With businesses struggling to stay afloat, layoffs are becoming more common, and competition for remaining jobs is fierce. So not only is everything more expensive, but it's also harder to earn money to pay for it all. Talk about a lose-lose situation. Alright, I know what you're thinking. John, you've painted a pretty bleak picture of the future. Is there any hope for us little guys? Well, don't despair just yet. While we can't control global events, we can take steps to protect ourselves financially and weather this economic storm. First things first, build an emergency fund. Having some cash stashed away can mean the difference between riding out a financial rough patch and going into debt. Next, try to diversify your income streams. If you lose your job, having a side hustle or freelance work can provide a much-needed safety net. And finally, stay informed. The more you understand about the global economy and how it affects your personal finances, the better equipped you'll be to make smart decisions. So, read up on financial news, talk to a financial advisor, and stay ahead of the curve. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your money.
Я иду, вижу цели, не сбиваюсь с пути. Каждый шаг мой выбор, мой труд. Я не жду, просто делаю и лечу. Мой успех — это мой